I want to introduce you guys to somebody. This is little Timmy. Little Timmy is 13 years old. He turns 14 on April 26, 2011. Happy birthday, Mom. Little Timmy is in 8th grade. Little Timmy probably weighs about 120 pounds now. Little Timmy is a full-grown human being, almost. He is also exactly the same age as the Buffalo Sabres playoff drought. And I think Timmy's going to get a lot older. Sharks win 6-2 in a blowout over the Buffalo Sabres. Now, both the Buffalo Sabres and the San Jose Sharks played last night, and they both went to overtime, so you never know how this game's going to go. One team could be ready, the other could not. They could both be slow. We had to wait and see. Both teams were tired tonight, without a doubt. Whenever given a chance to skate, they would not. They would go for the pass instead of taking the extra couple steps. But that's okay. Both teams were doing it, so it's not like one had the advantage over the other. The first period, while very high-paced and full of action, nothing actually happened. If you ask me, it should have been Sharks 5, Sabres 0 at the end of that period, just because of the amount of chances that people had. The Sharks hit 3 posts just in that first period. After that first period, I was a little worried that the chances would dry up and that the Sharks wouldn't have anything for the rest of the game, but that didn't quite happen. In fact, quite the opposite happened. The chances continued. Not quite in the second period, though. There was a bit of a slump. At one point, the Sharks did start out really well, and during the second period, they were up 14 shots to 5 over the Buffalo Sabres. Although it evened out near the end of the period, it went to about 17 to 14. It was still very impressive to see the Sharks do that, the night after an emotional victory against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Thanks to the bar-down shot from Timothy Liljegren, the Sharks went up 1-0, only for the Sabres to take it back, and then a good old-fashioned hard-effort play by Sturmsline led to the Sharks going up 2-1 going into the third period. Third period was where most of the fun was for the Sharks fans, so that's what I'm going to spend most of the time on. And right at the beginning of the period, Celebrini with another chance. He should have 4 goals at this point, but doesn't. He hit a few posts, he had a few close chances, nothing was actually going in tonight, but he was making every play, and he looked amazing. To make up for those missed chances, William Eklund gets cross-checked, falls to the ground, is in obvious pain, stands up, gets the puck, short side snipe. Puts the Sharks up 3-1 at the beginning of the third, and I'm thinking, woo-wee, this will be fun. Of course, nothing comes super easy in Sharks world, so Tage Thompson responds with a bomb of a one-timer. Right over Georgiev's shoulder, he never stood a chance. At this point, that put the game at 3-2 for the Sharks, and I was starting to think, oh boy, the Sharks got one in Eklund's goal, but that Tage Thompson goal to get it back, and now they're only up by 1, I was concerned. I was, especially having played last night, and with some of the high-skill players that Buffalo has on their team, you never know what's going to happen. Anything can happen. It's the National Hockey League. These are the best teams in the world, night in and night out. And finally, Celebrini breaks through with the best play I've ever seen, the best assist I have ever seen Mukmadulin make. I don't know how. He telepathically communicated with Wenberg getting off the ice, and then Celebrini getting on the ice behind him. It all happened behind him. When he gets the puck, dishes it straight to Celebrini. Celebrini snipes it. I hope that happens a lot more often, and I know it will for the next decade. It was Celebrini from Smith and Mukmadulin. Epic. Let's be real, that should have been his 5th goal of the night, but hey, we'll take what we can get, especially when it comes to that Calder race for points, if you know what I mean. Not long after that, Sharks are already up 4-2. Will Smith down the ice, 3-on-1. He says, I got this. Don't worry. Snipes it. 5-2. This is when I relax. I know the game's over. I know we've won. And at this point, I'm impressed. The young guns showed up. William Eklund played well. Celebrini played well. Smith played well. Mook played well. The night after another game, woo, that was a lot of fun to watch. Now, at this point, our friends in Buffalo also know about Little Timmy. Little Timmy came out, and they did not like it. The Boo Birds came out. Buffalo Sabre fans were booing their own team off the ice, losing to the San Jose Sharks, who, by the way, are in last place in the NHL right now, and just beat the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Buffalo Sabres back-to-back nights. The Sharks just won back-to-back games for the first time since January 2nd and January 4th. Since then, I'll let you guess how many games they've won. That's right. 2 games. That's it. But winning solves everything, as we know. And winning these back-to-back games has the players, the coaches, management, and of course, us, the Sharks fans, feeling a lot better about this team right now. We see the light at the end of the tunnel. There's no time to be sad right now. I know the trade deadline's coming up, and we'll probably miss a few of our players, but that's life, that's the business, as long as we know it's heading in the right direction. Tyler Toffoli, from almost 200 feet away, puts in the empty netter. Sharks up 6-2 to finish it off, and everyone starts to leave. Oh wait, nope, they've already all left. The arena was essentially empty about 5 minutes before the game ended. 5 minutes! That doesn't happen in San Jose, even when we're this bad. Man, look at the love these guys have for each other. They are so excited about this, you can tell. Most of the players played extremely well. I've never seen a stat card for the Sharks look like the one did today. That's something I usually only see the Edmonton Oilers or the Tampa Bay Lightning have. But for some reason, that's what we got. And hey, we'll take it. Look, the team is still last in the NHL. They still have the best odds for the draft lottery. Winning a few games is essential. We don't want to lose all these games. We don't want to ruin the development of these young players, get them used to losing. That's not what we want. Win the games when you can. Try hard in the ones you can't win. But now I am done with losing. I have been this entire season, and I'm looking forward to each and every win that we get. A couple shout-outs. First, Alexander Georgiev, an amazing stat line. The night after playing another game, he played back-to-back with Vanecek being held out for trade reasons and was lights out in both of them. He played super well. And then we got Mr. Celebrini for his almost 5-goal game, which was actually just a 1-goal game, but he should have had 5, so hey, I'll give it to him. And then Luke Cunnin for seemingly having energy when nobody else did. He seemed like one of the only players who was actually skating up and down the ice each and every shift, putting all his effort into it. Every single shot to block, he was going down. He was going down on his knees. He was opening up his legs. He was doing everything for it. And Marc-Edouard Vlasic for breaking the NHL record for shots blocked, passing Mark Giordano today. That is an impressive feat, and it shows just how good of a defenseman he's been for so many years. There's one more game on this record-setting, decade-long road trip, and it's against the Colorado Avalanche, another formidable opponent. So let's see how it goes. Hopefully they can keep up the effort that they have the entire road trip, and maybe they'll even come out with another win.